One of the easiest ways to make clear ice at home is to use a cooler, and there are plenty of good videos on YouTube doing exactly just that. But where I live, people don't usually buy coolers unless you have a big family here, so we're gonna re-examine the technique and see how we can work around it. I'll go straight into the tutorial for now, but we'll come back to the big topic of ice throughout the video. Instead of a real cooler, which won't even fit in my freezer, we're going to use the styrofoam box that does a decent job at insulating. You get these for free whenever you order frozen food online, so they're pretty easy to come by, but if you don't already own one, you can find them for literally $1 online. Just fill it up with filter tap water. It's better to use hot water because it'll have less trapped gases, but I really don't want to mix polystyrene with hot water. In a perfect world, you want to place it in a spot in your freezer where the cold air comes out, to ensure that the top layer freezes first. But if you have a well-insulated cooler, it really shouldn't matter. The styrofoam box I'm using is quite shallow, it's the only one I got, but if you have something deeper, that will work even better. You want something that's deeper than the biggest ice cube you would need for your cocktail presentation. Say you want your ice cube to be 3 inch by 3 inch, make sure you get a box that's deeper than maybe 4 inches. While we wait for it to cool, let's talk about clear ice. Clear ice and cloudy ice actually have the same chilling ability, but clear ice doesn't shatter as easily as cloudy ice does, and it just looks a lot nicer when you present a cocktail with clear ice in it. If you look at lake ice, the top is clear because it freezes slowly from the top and goes down layer by layer. Liquid water is the densest at around 4 degrees Celsius, so no matter how cold the surface of the lake is, there will always be a layer at the bottom that's 4 degrees. Where the fish are. What we're doing with the cooler is to replicate what's happening here and let the freezing happen from one direction only. But what makes ice cloudy? Asks no one. If we look at a normal ice cube, you'll notice that the outside, which freezes first, is quite clear, but the center is very cloudy, and that's where all the impurities were. When they have nowhere to go or expand to, they shatter the ice cube and create these peaks. When ice freezes, it has a lower density than liquid water. This is water, H2O. At room temperature, the molecules are moving and bonding and breaking, but as it freezes, this is what it looks like. These are our normal covalent bonds, but with water we also get these stable hydrogen bonds, where a hydrogen atom is shared between atoms, which causes them to become more distant in the solid phase. Impurities just don't fit in the structure. Now let's go check on our ice after about 20 hours. The freezing time will depend on the size of your cooler, but giving it 24 hours is a good place to start. In an ideal world, the bottom would still be liquid, since it's no good to us if it freezes anyway, but if it does, just trim it off, it's not a big deal. Right away, we can see why a styrofoam box might be inferior to an actual cooler. There's some uneven freezing going on here, and as the ice expands, it pushed the box out right here. But let's wait till it thaws a bit and look at our ice. After about 10 minutes, I can feel it start loosening inside, so just let the ice slide out of the box on its own. I wasn't super happy with the result, mainly because the cooler wasn't deep enough for me to get a good sized chunk of clear ice, but let's start working with it anyway. When the ice is tempered, or when it's shiny like this on the outside, use a cheap bread knife to score where you want to cut through. Then just get something heavy like a meat tenderizer or your mom to hit the back of your knife. It should go through very easily, and just trim it into your desired shapes. I'm going for mostly cubes here. Store them in a plastic bag so they won't be contaminated by your freezer smell, and just take one out whenever you need it. There are a few things I would improve upon. Number one is obviously the deepness of my styrofoam box. I'm not going to buy a gigantic cooler just to make clear ice at home, but I could buy a much deeper styrofoam box. Number two, I'm going to line the box with some food grade plastic bag or plastic wrap next time so the ice can come out easier, and it also allow me to pour hot water inside. There's actually more to ice we didn't get to talk about in this video, but since we're only discussing clear ice today, let's stop right here and save those topics for a later time. And I swear the next video will finally get back to making some cocktails.